armed soldiers. And what that means is that the nature of the spirits, when they get to know one another, they will become companion and they can more likely to dissolve in one another. But when they don't know one another, and ignorance always breeds enmity. كذلك علينا أن نعلم من آداب الصداقة والمحبة التزاور في الله. فقال رسولنا صلى الله عليه وسلم: من عاد مريضا أو زار أخا له في الله ناداه مناد بأن طبت وطاب ممشاك وتبوأت من الجنة منزلا. وقال: ما من عبد أتى أخاه يزوره في الله إلا ناداه مناد من السماء أن طبت وطابت لك الجنة. وإلا قال الله في ملكوت عرشه: عبدي زار في وعلي قراه فلم يرضى له بثواب دون الجنة. Also of the acts is to visit the person that you love, the companion, and the visiting actually has an effect by bonding and has the effect of increasing the love for one another. And a person should not have the arrogance that if he is an old person or that he is maybe a high status in society, not to visit those who are younger than him or those who are of a different level to him, because remember, the friendship is not built on such diseases of arrogance and pride. And this is why Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah, the mighty scholar of Islam, he used to visit his student Imam Ahmed, who also is a mighty scholar but was a student of Imam Ahmed, of Imam Shafi'i. So when they asked the Shafi'i, you go and visit Ahmed, even though he's younger than you and he's your student. So Imam Shafi'i said in a line of poetry, he said, they say that you go and visit Ahmed and he visits you. So I say that in all occasions the virtue is for him, for Ahmed. Because if I visit him, it's due to his virtue. And if he visits me, it's for his virtue. So always the virtue for him. Imam Shafi'i was to cut off those tongues of those people who would try to sever this relationship, this companionship that was embodied by Imam Shafi'i. قالوا يزورك أحمد وتزوره قلت الفضائل لا تغادر منزله إن زارني فلفضله وإن زرته فلفضله فالفضل في الحالين له. And this love and this friendship, it manifests in that a person with his love continues to remember his friend and his brother and his companion. Even when they disappear from your sight, you remember him in the dua for one another, and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for him, whether he is alive or he dies, you ask mercy for him. And this is why this same continuation of Imam Ahmed and Imam Shafi'i is that one of the children of Imam Ahmed, he said to his father, "Oh Imam, I see that you make dua continuously and regularly for this man al-Shafi'i. Who is this man al-Shafi'i? That you're always making dua for him." He said, "My son, al-Shafi'i was like the sun to al-dunya, and he was like the cure, the medicine for the body." أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم وأستغفره إنه غفور رحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. عباد الله اتقوا الله كما أمر. فقال رسولنا صلى الله عليه وسلم في وصيته الجامعة المانعة لمعاذ بن جبل: اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. وكذلك أيها الأحباب، من مزايا ومن آداب الأخوة والصداقة في الله الهدية. والرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم قد استحب الهدية وقال: تهادوا فإن الهدية تذهب وحر الصدر، والوحر هو غشه ووسواسه. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت: كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقبل الهدية ويثيب عليها. رواه البزار. فعن هذا الأدب العالي إذا خرج من التكلف عن حدوده أصبح إذا خرج خرج التكلف عن حدوده أصبح مكروها، لأن الإسلام يحارب التصنع وإشاعة ويحارب التصنع ويحارب التكلف، وإنما مبني على البساطة، وأن تحاط الصداقة بألوان من الأخوة النقية الطيبة، وتكون بعيدة عن المجاملة التي لا تحسن مظهرها أن يطمئن إليها الصدر. ولذلك جعل الإسلام إباحة للشخص أن يأكل من طعام صديقه كما يأكل من طعام والديه وإخوته، الآية التي تذكر في سورة النور. ولا غرور، فعقد الصداقة كبير القيمة جليل الأثر، حتى إنه لا يكون مظنة النجدة في الأزمات الطاحنة. قال الله تعالى في وصف حال المشركين: تالله إن كنا لفي ضلال مبين إذ نسويكم برب العالمين وما أضلنا إلا المجرمون فما لنا من شافعين ولا صديق حميم. وقال كذلك قال تعالى: لا يأكله إلا الخاطئ. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى: ما لهم من حميم ولا شفيع يطاع. Brothers and sisters, also of the etiquettes of loving for Allah and having companionship for Allah is to exchange gifts. And exchanging gifts is just a mark or a symbol of this love. It should be far away from making it difficult, expensive gifts or associating gifts with occasion. The gift should only be a simple. It's a symbol, and it's a simple symbol from a person's love to somebody else. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, because of his greatness, he used to accept the gifts. He would not reject the gifts because the gifts were a symbol or a token of this friendship and this love that a person has. And not only that, from the Prophet ﷺ, humility is that not only would he accept the simple gifts, but also if somebody was to invite him, a poor person were to invite him to a meal, even if it was a simple meal as like some stewed bones, then the Prophet ﷺ would accept. وَلَوْ دُعِيتُ إِلَى كِرَاعٍ لَأَجَبْتُ. Even if I was invited to the meat of a hoof, the hoof of an animal which has hardly any meat, I would accept such an invitation. And this, dear brothers, lifts away the complexity of making your friendship very difficult, but rather to make it simple so that it will exist and it will live within the compassion of the love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, as an important end and conclusion to what we're talking about, this topic is very important, especially for us living in the West. Because in the West, there are lots of people who are trying to remove this essence of companionship. Yes, a person has companions who are associated with him in his university, his school, his work, etc. And these companions can either benefit you in the measures that we have measured, or they may harm you. So looking at whom you befriend and whom you sit with is very important, because like we said, the deeds and the characters will affect a person very quickly. And more so, we have to guard our children as well, and whom they mix with and whom they are associated with, because it's very too easy that a child, one day you see him and you bring him to the masjid and he's a good young boy, and then the next day you might see him going on a different path altogether. And that's why if you do not guard the family that you have, they will quickly run away from you. Looking out for your family, looking out for the friendships, looking about whom you associate with, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look after the rest. Al-adabu min al-aba wal-salahu min Allah ta'ala. That this adab, to teach the children the good etiquette, is from the parents, is the duty of the parents. But actual righteousness is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He guides whom He wills and He leaves astray whom He wills. Allahumma a'inna ala dhikrika